What's up, Rubits, Little Big Robots? Today I'm talking about doing a video for you, obviously. Hope your school day was okay, or your work day, or whatever the hell you do for a living. Today I'm going to be talking about this big boy. Woo! This is the Bulkarm Glanz. As you might know, Kotobukiya Hexa gear made by Kotobukiya. It's one of my favorite lines, probably number 2 or 3 up there. I like Bandai kits, Bandai Spirits kits. I love Hexa gear, and stuff like that. And this is a Bulkarm. Bulkarms are essentially, as they kind of sound, they're just a big bulky bot, 1/24 scale. So this will give you an idea. Let me grab. I'm going to grab a little pilot. Hang on a second here. Well, for the life of me, I cannot find my pilots. I have 12 or so governors, and I can't find them. It's on me. I'm rearranging my room right now. I love these postcards you get with these guys. Again, my only real quibble with Hexa gear, one of my only quibbles, they don't put any English. And while I understand that's fine, it's not their native language or whatever, I just don't understand why not. These days, and it's not, because I'm from the U.S. and I need to speak nothing like that. But the world speaks a lot of English, and it would just open up a lot of people to be able to understand what's going on. Plus, when you really need to understand a certain direction, it's nice if you can. It's nice if you can get that. It comes with some leftover parts. Of course, you got a nice little shield thing. They always have nice little weapons if you're into guns and stuff. It always has, look at that, it'll have little details of bullets in there. Don't know what that is. Oh, that was for a hard drive. Some extra fists, a bunch of extra parts. Now what you do with those extra parts is you keep them in a giant box labeled Hexa gear, and then do what I'm doing this week, which is to slowly organize them so you can sit there and build custom. So this is the Glanz. It's basically, I've covered one of these before. It's basically a vehicular Hexa gear. So this is the bot mode. Completely obnoxious wheels. The wheels are so obnoxious to me. I really don't like them on the back. At the same time, I think it's kind of an interesting design idea, because this thing could get around easier on wheels. I will link in the description, don't let me forget, remind me, a video of, I can't remember who's making it. I think the Unitree people who make the Unitree robot have made a, if you know what the drone, the 4-legged kind of dog drones that are popular now, you might see Boston Dynamics make them. They made one of those with 4 wheels, and that thing gets around like you would not believe. So I'm beginning to think that now that they have technology to allow these things to balance on 1 or 2 wheels, or 2 wheels or even 1 in some cases, a wheeled bot might not be a bad idea. It could technically stand up, but then it could roll over. It's so much more capable in a lot of ways. I'll show you that video and you'll see what I mean. Of course, it's 4-legged. This is 2-legged, but so the idea is it stands like this and then it transforms into the car, which I will do. But let me just point this out. I hate transformations. I hate kits that transform. If you have a transformer, quote unquote, it should be so flawless and quick and easy. This stuff where you kind of have to manipulate it so hard is a little bit annoying. Minus that, I love the Bulkarms, and this is no exception. If you really like, you can take these off easily. You just simply pull them off like that. And I think it looks 100 times better. Then it looks like a bot with a couple wheels on its legs, almost like a transformer. And of course it can still stand. You have to be aware of the silhouette, though. It tends to lean back a bit. So you have to kind of push these back and bring things forward a bit, the feet and all that. But other than that, it's a cool, let's see if we can rotate that down. It's a cool looking bot. The color, I like the color a lot, except when you're building it. It tends to show nub marks and scratches and stuff like that. But this thing, if it was greased up, dirtied, all that kind of stuff, this would be fantastic. One of my favorite part of these Glanzes, or these kind of transforming ones, the automotive ones, is the way they have these nice little cockpits that kind of fold open. Some of them do in different ways, but this is such a nice, look at that. Isn't that awesome? And then I think this comes forward as well. I thought it did. But your pilot goes right in there. You just have to trust me right now. I can't find mine. I literally have Such a mess going on right now, as usual. But he or she fits right in there. There's the little steering wheel, which I think is funny. It's just like a little steering wheel. But I love how this closes. That's my favorite part, probably, of Hexa gear is their little cockpits. It's so cool. In fact, this kind of goes forward. You kind of got to... This kind of reminds me of a scope dog. The way it, see how it kind of slides in there like that? It's kind of hard to do. But once you get it used to, you slide that down first and then you put this guy down. I don't know why it has a head like that. Why don't it just have like a camera there? But it looks cool. You get a couple options for the head, but I preferred that one. And the legs do bend and stuff like that. The problem is to really get the feet forward. It's pretty tight and everything. But you're not going to be doing a lot of superposing like that. The idea with these guys is they kind of roll in and kind of stay upright as much as they can. But of course you get some hand options. You get some nice parts on the sleeve here, on the wrist, I should say. This is a bit more of a complete arm look than some of the bulk arms. Some of the bulk arms have like an empty arm there, and I don't like that. I love this heat sink looking area here. That's really, really cool. The vent. So everything does have seemingly a purpose. So in that way, I really, really like it. Let me get it transformed, and I'm going to come back and we'll look at it then. Okay, I'm back. Here's the transformed quote-unquote car mode thing. As you can see, you know, it looks pretty cool. I think the other one has 6 tires, not 4. See, am I missing a tire? Some tires? Anyway, it's pretty rough. You can tell how it's just kind of the bot flattened out and bent. My main issue with this kind of a thing is that this is the shield thing that I had to physically add onto there. So where was that coming from in the transformation? You know, if you're going to have a transformation in a mecha kit or something like that, I think it should all be attached and should just kind of flow together in some way. I don't like transformations in Gunpla and Hexa gear kits, whatever, where you have to pull stuff apart and put it back together. That to me, it's fine if that's what you're into, you know, if you're into the vehicle mode or something like that. But to me, that kind of betrays what Hexa gear is, which is a bit more of a realistic feeling, has a bit more of a gritty realism. Kind of, you know, like the bots aren't huge. You could see a bot that size working in real life, you know. So it's fun to have that kind of an interaction with it. When you do this kind of transformation and the piece has to float off and attach, to me that's just not it. And also I don't really like the look of it, and it's not very sturdy. If these things locked into place, which I think when I did the review of the other car one before, somebody put in my comments that they do lock in place somehow. I can't figure it out how. Again, they don't put English in their instructions, so, but that's fine. It looks pretty cool. If you like the car thing, that's cool. It rolls and stuff like that. To me, where the bulk arms shine is, and here, as I'm talking, I'll try to kind of just gently put it back together. Where the bulk arms shine is that they feel like bulky, kind of like tank mechs, not so much a ninja who's gonna, you know, do a kickflip, you know, on their skateboard while attacking the enemy, that kind of thing. It's just, that's not interesting to me. What's interesting to me about mecha and stuff is that it's fun to imagine that one day it could be kind of a, you know, you could actually see a walking robot on a battlefield or something. It'd be fun, you know. It's an imagination Kickstarter. When you're doing kind of, you know, unrealistic kind of bots that are giant and do all this funny stuff, to me that's just not as exciting, because then you might as well just talk about superheroes, which is fine too. I like superheroes and those kind of things, but mecha is not action figure content. Mecha is, you know, walking tanks. It's kind of gritty and real, or it's supposed to be a little bit, you know. And so what I would do with something like this is I would basically remove these big legs here, the big wheels, remove the bottom wheels. I don't really care for those as well. I don't think they're bad. This is how I prefer to display them and how I just prefer. See how I have to take the shield off? So the shield actually connects right there. You actually have to take that off and then flip this back. And so you see I had to, you know, the person's in there. And it is interesting, though, that I think the pilot can stay in there while it's being transformed, quote unquote. So that's cool. You know, you can actually leave them in there. It's kind of reminds me of in the Transformers movies where one of them grabs a human and throws them up in the air and then transforms and kind of holds on to the human that way, in kind of like inside the vehicle while it's transforming. That's really fun. So that's neat that it can do that. The legs are interesting because you can't really go very far forward. And again, you have to watch out for his silhouette here. See how back heavy it is? So you kind of got to lean him back quite a bit if you can, like that more, to get them to really stand. But, it works. So to me, the bulk arms are the best when they're kind of, just standing there looking nice and bulky. Oop, I didn't put this part up. Bloop. Nice and bulky and chunky. Now you could do a better job than that. Let's bend the legs a little bit because that does look a little dorky. See if I can get it like that, something like that. I mean, it's a cool looking bot as it is. And again, bulk arms are interesting because they almost could be used with almost any scale. You could see 118. These are 124s. You could see even a 112, like a Marvel Legends type figure. This could be like a bot buddy. So another good one, the vehicular ones, the Glanzes and the other one, Loud Gale, that's the other one. Not my favorite of the bulk arms, but still a really, really fun build. Super sturdy kits. Everything I like about Hexa gears, they're really nice and tight. They do loosen up over time like any model that uses those kind of poly caps and stuff like that, but you can replace those. It's just a really fun. See, I might have forgot to scoot that back. Look, see, it goes right there. Whatever. I don't like the car anyway. So anyway, try it out. Oh, did I turn them around wrong? No. Try it out. See what you think. They're not cheap, but you get so much with Hexa gear. They're, $60 to $80 to $100 for this one. I think was $65, something like that. But you get so much, and the system itself is so fun to sit there with a bunch of parts and just try and build some stuff that it's totally worth it. And I love the bulk arms. I hope they keep making bulk arm like lumberjack style ones. Those were really, really cool. Big, bulky with giant feet. Just big, silly tank looking things. That's what I like, but I do like the new. In fact, the new bulk arm was one of my favorite. It was my favorite of the year. So anyway, go pick it up if you like. Fun little build. Enjoy. Bye.